Get comfy. Hello, I'm John. I'm the Warhammer Modeller, and welcome to the first video that I'm producing for 2021. Bit of a different video to what I've produced before. It's been quite sporadic on YouTube for me. I've done videos when I can, so I've done the odd conversion video, a few kind of narration videos, that kind of thing. This year I want to up my game a little bit, so that's why I'm on this side of the camera, so I can chat directly to you. I want to produce a lot of content this year that you guys want to see, so please make suggestions, contact me on Twitter. I'm quite happy to do everything from Q&As about the hobby to how-tos, talk about the lore, talk about the hobby in general. So that's something that I want to do. Something I also want to do is each month have a roundup of the things that I've done hobby-wise that month. So I can show you the things that I've been working on, talk about them, maybe inspire you to do similar things. So at the end of 2020 I realised that I hadn't painted much at all over the whole year, and I really wanted to get back into painting. Something I really enjoy, kind of hones my mind, and I really enjoy the process. So I've got a lot of Necromunda that I wanted to sort out, so I was kind of sitting back wondering, what do I actually paint? I have no idea which one to do. I didn't have the right feeling. I couldn't get into it. So what I decided to do was take that decision away from myself. So over on my Twitter account, I actually put a poll up of, out of these 4 gangs, which one would you like me to paint? So I put that poll up and quite a few people answered, and the first gang that I painted were my Necromunda Ogrins. Really enjoyed the project. It's quite nice, not many models to do, but they're quite large. So 4 Ogrins and a Scum. Painted all of those up. While I was painting those, I did actually put another poll up to kind of say, what's the next gang to paint? It's quite nice. Taking that away from your kind of decision making about what you're going to paint next worked really well. I didn't have to worry about it or think about it, as someone else was choosing it for me. Once I finished my Ogrin gang, while I was waiting for the poll to finish for what I was going to paint next, I finished off my Necromunda Delat gang, which had been sitting on a shelf for a long time, just needed a few things to do with it to complete it. So I sat down in the evening while I was waiting for that poll to finish, and I worked through them to finish that gang. Really enjoyed them, started them a long time ago, but finished them in 2021, which was really nice. After I finished that gang, the second poll had come out, and it was for a Necromunda Genestealer cult. So I already had those models pre-made, as I've got so many things waiting for paint. So those ones I started painting. First time I've actually painted Genestealer cult. Really enjoyable, experimenting with a few different kind of colour schemes, colours, different techniques. So got those ones done. And then after that I was like, well, actually I've had so many things voted on the poll, I'll go back and see what the third highest vote was. That was for a corpse grinder cult for Necromunda. Had that ready to paint, so I painted those up. Again, playing around with different techniques, produced a gang that I really liked. At this point I'd realised that the number I'd painted, I think it was close to 33, 34 minis in 1 month. That's more than I'd painted in the whole of 2020 and 2019, I think, and it was just over 1 a day for January 2021, which really put me in a really positive mood for carrying on with my hobby stuff. Sometimes I sit there in a slump, not knowing what to do, kind of just looking at things. Doesn't matter if that happens, but sometimes it can drag you down. So I was really happy that I got that much painted, and it put a real kind of pleasure back into the hobby for me, which is always a nice thing. Towards the end of the month, I decided to buy a little light box. Nice little thing. Didn't cost too much, it was about £12 off Amazon. And it allows me to take pictures of all of these models that I've just painted, but also other models that I've done in the past. A really useful bit of kit. If you're taking pictures of your painted miniatures to show other people on social media, or just taking pictures for yourself, I think it's well worth a little investment to get that really nice kind of finish with those. Now I found with my light box The white background works perfectly with my mobile phone camera. Didn't have to play around with the settings or anything like that. But then when I was using my SLR, which I'm filming with at the moment, I found that I changed to the black background and I could really work better with the settings with my camera. But I produced some really nice kind of quick photos with those. I'm going to learn about that and get better with it. Probably do some videos on that as well, because I think it's really nice to kind of share the information that I gain so other people can take great pictures of what they're producing. To round up the month, I decided to ask a question on Twitter. I kind of, not thinking I'd get much response, I just asked everyone, how long have you done this hobby for? Specifically Games Workshop. There's so many wargaming hobbies out there, I just wanted to hone in on the one that I do the most. So, I mean, I've done it since about 84, 85. It's been in my blood for years. But I just wanted to ask everyone, well, how long have you been doing it? I never knew I would get the response that I did. It was fantastic. I had over 200 people replying to me, having conversations with me. People are still doing it now a week later. They're answering the question, they're going through all the different things that people have put in. People started talking about White Dwarf when they got that, their first models and so on. It was a really, really great question. It just showed me how great this hobby community is. All of these people wanting to share their love of this hobby. I got people from Games Workshop, they answered the question as well. Brilliant kind of connection between the people who make the hobby for us and the hobbyists, and I thought this is absolutely amazing. Then on the off chance, I thought, I know what, I'm going to message Ian Livingston, one of the founders of Games Workshop. Slightly different question to him because obviously he was there at the beginning, but I just asked him a quick question about how he felt about kind of starting Games Workshop and that kind of thing, and he replied. It was brilliant. As a hobby hero of mine, to actually have a reply for him made me really, really happy, and this has also inspired me to do this, to get in front of the camera, to talk to you guys about the hobby, to answer your questions about the hobby and things like that. So that in mind, that was what I did in the month. Next month I'm going to do more making. I love making. I'm a model maker by trade, so I'm going to carry on making projects, carry on with the painting, but I want to infuse others with the kind of the hobby vibe and feeling great about doing the hobby. There is a lot of negativity and things that can bubble up on the surface. It affects us all, but I want to kind of pull out the positivity, and I want to give a really good feeling to everyone who's doing this hobby. So for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and produce more. If you've got any ideas of things that you want me to produce, just leave a comment. But please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.